Good evening. How are we doing here on Friday night again? Thanks for joining me. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. I really appreciate this. Week four this week. Um, I honestly didn't think it would get past week one, to be honest. So thank you so much for tuning in each week. And like I say every week, I really hope that you are getting something, something out of this. I know that a lot of you are. As I say, I get a lot of messages during the week of people thanking me, and it's quite humbling. But I just want to let you all know that g'day Em, how you doing? Again, I'm here for you. I'm doing this for us, for all of us, not just for my own benefit, but for all of us. There's not too many platforms that we can all get on and talk about, mental health and illness and things like that. So look, and I started my page, a new page last Friday, last Thursday night, and with all of your help, I've I've actually been able to, we have gone, and there's over 100 followers now in 1 week. So that's just, that again, just absolutely humbled by that, and clearly this is helping people, and this is awesome. This is the point of it. This was the point of why I wanted to do this, wasn't just for me, it was for all of you, and for all of you to help contribute. And this is a forum that we can all hopefully feel comfortable in sharing our own experiences and our own struggles that we're going through in life. As I keep saying, together. That's how we get through all these tough times, is together. Nothing is achieved on our own. We do things together, and together we are stronger. It's as simple as that. So I just want to say, thank you so much for joining me each week. I really appreciate it, and once again, I hope that you all are getting something out of this. Because I'm enjoying doing it. Gives me a chance to share my experience and things like that, and hopefully tonight I can get a lot more of you guys, talking, and we can talk. I mean, I have got a few things here that I want to touch on tonight, but I would really like you guys to take the reins tonight, and what do you guys want to talk about? You know what I mean? That's again, that's why we're here. It's to get you guys, get the conversation started. So we'll start with a cheers, as I tell you every week. Bring a drink and bring the conversation. So cheers to all of you. I'll let you get your cups up. Cheers, guys. Hey, Jace. How you doing, mate? Hey, Anne-Marie. Hey, Laura. Hey, Emily. My sisters are watching. That's awesome. Hey, guys. Hope you're not embarrassed with your brother being on Facebook. And Mum's there too. Hello, Mum. So, like I do every week, I want to start with some important phone numbers, some bit housekeeping, just to get those important numbers to everyone who needs them. So, like usual, we'll start with the most important one, suicide. Again, times like this, and not only times like this, when times are good, suicide rates are high, but especially when times like this, suicide rates are going to go up. So we'll start with the Lifeline phone number. So the Lifeline phone number. Ready? Got your pen? Got your phone? Awesome. Sweet. Hey, Pete. Okay, Lifeline. 131114. That's the number for Lifeline. So if you yourself are struggling, or you know anyone else that's struggling with day-to-day life and has those thoughts of, there's not so pleasant thoughts of wanting to leave this world, please reach out to that phone number. We've got another, remember the text number that I've been talking about. So again, people do struggle talking on the phone. Some people would rather text, and Lifeline have set up a new text number, and that number is 0477 13 1114. So, and their hours are from 6 p.m. to 12 p.m. every day, 7 days a week. But as I do say, if you get to 12:01, 12:30, you haven't missed out. Please send that text, and they will get back to you. Yes. Okay. Now, next one is Gotcha for Life. I talk about Gotcha for Life a lot because it's something that's close to my heart. It's men's mental health. I think they're doing a fantastic job. Gotcha for Life there, and Gus Wallen there. Mate, you're doing a fantastic job. Please keep it up, and all the guys involved in Gotcha for Life. As I say, they do. They run workshops, but because of COVID, they're unable to get out to locations like they normally would. So they've transferred their workshops to online. So yeah, get on their website and have a look. Their website is www.gotchaforlife.org. And as I say, yeah, they do fantastic work. They have Tomorrow Man workshops and Tomorrow Woman workshops. They set up events on their page there, and you can log on and register to be a part of that. They do everything on Zoom at the moment because of the COVID. So limited amount of spaces each week. I think they try to do at least two workshops per week. So numbers are limited. So get on there quick, but it's worth it. They're really fantastic people there. And again, it's just like this. It's about getting the conversation started and sort of talking to people and people talking through their fears and anxieties, and they're actually teaching men and women what it's like to be a real man and a real woman in this day and age. And it's not about holding things in, it's about letting it out and sort of being able to talk about real things, not just the footy and, how this is doing, how that's doing, but real things about what's going on in here and how the monkey's doing up here. Remember the monkey? We remember the monkey. Toby, for me. So we'll go to next is Beyond Blue. They've got a website. They've got online counselling services. You can get them at www.beyondblue.org.au. 1-800-RESPECT. I got the phone number this week, finally. So 1-800-RESPECT is a domestic violence hotline. And as I've said in the last few weeks, it's not just, domestic violence. It's, it's emotional abuse. It's financial abuse. It's, verbal abuse, sexual abuse. All those sorts of abuses fall under domestic family violence. So if you know anyone in that bracket, and if you are unfortunately in that ugly situation yourself, please don't sit there and cop it, because you don't deserve to cop it. And if you are, I just want to say, if you are in that situation, please don't ever think that it's your fault, or if it's something I did to make my partner do that to me. It never is your fault. Okay, so please don't ever think that, no, I don't want to speak up because maybe it's something I did. No, it's not. It's not you. Okay, unfortunately, it's your partner who decided to take the wrong actions because they weren't thinking things through. So please reach out to them. So 1-800-RESPECT, 1-800-737-77328. I got the number. So that number again, 1-800-737-7328. Very important phone number, guys. If anyone's dealing with any domestic violence, and of course at this time when we're all in isolation, we're all on top of each other at the moment, tensions can rise. So, please don't suffer in silence, okay? And it's not your fault. Please don't. Let's just get that on the table right now. If you are suffering from it, it's not your fault. So please, and you can seek help and you can do something about it, okay? And you deserve a better life than that, okay? So please. I'll quickly run through the rest of them. We've got Headspace for children, for young people between ages of 12 and 25. They have online services as well. At the moment, we're unable to get into their offices with COVID and everything like that. So they can do Zoom meetings and things like that with counsellors over the intranet. So you can get them on www.headspace.org.au, or the phone number 1-800-650-890. 1-800-650-890. So get onto them if you're a teenager or early 20 and you're struggling. Of course, we know that, COVID just doesn't affect adults. It affects kids as well. And not only not only COVID, but anything else that's going on. Being a teenager is tough. We all know that. I know that firsthand. So, my mum's got written on here, Central Coast Sisterhood for Women or Domestic Violence. There you go. There's another one. Mum, if you could whack up that phone number, that'd be great. If they've got a phone number or a website, I can shout that out. Thank you, Mum. So that's Headspace. Now we've got Kids Helpline, which is another very important one for the kids. They deal with children between the ages of 5 and 25, so a little bit younger to the same age as Headspace. And again, they're struggling as well. We know that little kids aren't, they're not oblivious to what's going on. They're not oblivious to feeling our stresses and our anxieties either. And not just because of what's going on right now, but, all the time. So again, if your child struggling in any type of way, please don't just ignore it and think it'll go away, because it more than likely won't, and it will fester and it will become a bigger problem than it is now. So prevention, get onto it early. What do we got here? And they have online services, online counselling services. They can talk to you over the phone confidentially and all those sorts of things. Their phone number is 1800 55 1800. So yeah, very important number for the kids there. I'll just go over to here for a second. Another one for suicide, unfortunately. The suicide callback service, very important. Okay, in conjunction with Lifeline. If for some reason you can't get through to Lifeline, and I do know that they have. Sometimes they have long waiting times. Sometimes you sit there online and you just get frustrated with sitting there, and you want help now. And so if Lifeline's taking too long, jump over to Suicide Callback Service. Their number is 1300 659 467, and that's 24/7. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They're available. Someone is available to speak to you. So again, please don't make that permanent decision over a temporary feeling. Okay, so those temporary feelings will fade with help if you do seek it. So yeah, please let's just try not to make those permanent decisions on a temporary feeling. Okay, so again, and they've got online video chats as well. Their website is www.suicidecallbackservice.org.au. Check them out. I've heard a lot of good things about them actually, so get onto that if you yourself or anyone else that's struggling. What else have we got? We've done the 1-800 Respect. Oh look, they've even got the number. They've got that number here, and I've been looking for it. Woofhead. Anyway. Oh look, and there's another one here. There's a mental health line. What we're doing here. That's fantastic. I'll give you that one. The mental health line. Mental Health One, it's called. No, Mental Health Line. That number is 1800 011 511. And again, they're 24/7. If you just want to talk to someone about any sort of mental health issues that's going on, and just can't seem to get on top of your depression or your anxieties or anything like that, please, again, as I say each and every week, please don't sit there and struggle with yourself. And because we all know it's a battle every day that we have when you have a mental illness. It's hard enough as it is every day without COVID going on. But, so please do reach out. Yeah. Thanks, Marianne. So, yeah, get onto that, guys. Mental health is just as important as physical health, okay? So we've really got to take care of our mind, and our soul and our heart and everything, not just the physical vessel that we have here, but what's inside as well. We really need to take care of, okay? We only get one mind, okay? And we're only here once, so we may as well try and enjoy the time that we're here instead of having constant battles every day with Toby in here, you know what I mean? So, all right, so that's the housekeeping out of the way. So, how have you all been this week? Another week down in isolation, eh? It's got its ups and downs, I suppose. It's at least we're the ones that are at home. We're lucky enough to be spending more time with our families and getting to know each other. and getting to know ourselves too. And that's what we want to talk about later on tonight, probably a little bit. It is hard, Mum. Yes, it is hard being self-isolated, and I know someone like you, Mum, at home on your own must be even harder. I'm lucky enough to have my kids with me and my wife here. Yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Oh, I am lucky. We tend to drive each other a little bit crazy, and hey, look, that's normal. Okay, don't think that you're bad, or oh, why do I feel this way? I should be happy, and it's tough. Times are tough right now. So take it easy on yourself. You know what I mean? Just let's sort of ease it up a bit on ourselves. You know what I mean? And Nicole, you're having fantastic. You're loving being at home. That's awesome. Easter was very different this year. It sure was, wasn't it? Yeah. And how was your Easter? It was very different, wasn't it? When we were used to having big celebrations with family and stuff like that, and we're just sort of tucked at home and can't go anywhere and can't celebrate the way we used to, and that's tough as well for us. You know what I mean? Because we're used to a certain way of life, and it's sort of been taken away from us in some respect at the moment. You know what I mean? But as I've said to you each and every week, this won't last forever. Okay, so we just have to somehow find, as I said last week, there's beauty in everything. You know what I mean? And we have to just somehow find the good out of what we're going through right now. And trust me, there is. If you look hard enough, there is a lot of good going on. As I said last week, it's like the Earth's getting a recharge. You know what I mean? And it's the world's becoming beautiful again. And I don't know about you guys, I'm going for daily walks with my family and stuff like that, and there are so many more people out there on the road, walking around and doing exercise, and all walking past and saying hi to each other. 6 months ago, you'd sort of walk past someone and you'd head down, don't want to talk to them. But now it's, hey, how you doing? How you going? We've got that something in common now. You know what I mean? We're all going through the same thing. It's not you versus me, and I've got this and you've got that, and we're all in this together, and I'm really feeling that through this. And to be honest, I'll be honest, I'm a little bit tentative to. This might sound very strange. I'm very tentative to go back to when we get out of isolation. I'm a bit worried that we're going to go back to the way we were. I really hope not, and I somewhere deep down inside me, I believe that we won't. But there is always that that fear that this is just going to be temporary, and we're going to all go back to treating each other like crap, and which I really hope that we don't, because right now it's, we might not be living the life that we had before COVID, but there has to be a silver lining to this. And I feel as though this camaraderie that we've sort of got in this, that's been forced upon us in this isolation, it's sort of made me especially appreciate a lot everything I've got in life. As I've said, it can be taken away like that. So it's really starting to make me appreciate what I have and what everyone has, really. And I'm starting to get to know myself a little bit better, because I'm having to spend a lot more time by myself in isolation. So it's sort of making me feel as though, there's no choice, really. We have to get to know each other and know ourselves a little bit better, and all that sort of jazz. So yeah, I'm really hoping that once this is over, we can continue this camaraderie and this sense of community and sense of togetherness. Again, this is why I started these video chats. I reached out to a friend of mine. It was Gus Waller. I've reached out to him and I said, I'm struggling to know what to do with myself and how to help people. What can I do? And his advice was, take care of your village, Ryan. Take care of your village. That's all you can do. And again, that's why I started this. You guys are my village, and I feel as though I want to help. And I'm hoping that, judging by the amount of people that keep tuning in every week, and the 100 people that have decided to follow our page. I'm calling it our page because it is our page. It's not mine. It's our page. That we're gonna band together and we're gonna look after each other, which I really feel like we have been doing. We have been, looking after each other, which is what we're here to do. life's not a competition. We're all in this together. So we may as well get along and try and help each other out through the hard times and celebrate the good times. So, yeah, I'm really hoping that we can continue this camaraderie when we leave. So promise me that when we do get released, that you continue to be nice to people and you continue to reach out to people, and not just because we're stuck in here and we've got nothing else to do, so I may as well pick up the phone and give someone a call. Let's continue that when we're actually out as well. You know what I mean? Because we'll be able to physically hug people again and we'll be able to do all that stuff, but we can still call them. We can still be nice to people in the street, and I've noticed that the panic buying sort of slowed down a little bit, which is good. I actually got toilet paper again last week. Couldn't believe it. Bonus. So everything's starting to slow down. And that's another thing. Life is starting to it's slowed down. We were all so used to living life at such a fast pace, which then contributed to our anxieties and our fears, because it was all just go, 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 go. We've decided to slow it down. Life has been slowed down for us. Clearly, we couldn't do it ourselves. So this is what's happened. Life has been slowed down for us, and we're actually able to stop and smell the roses now, and really see. Look out the window, and and even when people are walking past, they're waving and stuff like that from the windows and things like that. It's just it's that sense of camaraderie is just so. It's overwhelming and it's beautiful, and I really hope we don't lose that. You know what I mean? So let's hold on to that. We've seen what life can be like now, that we all can get along and we all can love each other and help each other through through good times and bad. So more bad at the moment, but we've found a way to make the best out of a pretty shitty situation. So that really means that once things go good, there's no real excuse not to continue this way of life, this sense of community and looking after our village and things like that. You know what I mean? So let's keep it up. Cheers. Let's just quickly run through a few of your comments before I get to my spill, what I wanted to talk about tonight. Let's go back to the top. Hey Pete, how you doing, buddy? Ryan, you should have a viewer from Adelaide. Oh, a viewer from Adelaide. Hello, Adelaide. Look out, I'm reaching Adelaide. How awesome is that? Hey, Adelaide, hope you're doing well. Hope you guys are doing as well as you possibly can, and you're all looking after each other over there in Adelaide. That's awesome. This is so good. And thank you so much, guys, for spreading this as well. Please feel free to invite whoever you would like to this page, to our page. Again, it's not mine, to our page, because it's our page, and it's here for everybody, for everyone to have their say and have their conversation heard and everything like that. So please, if you feel free to just invite whoever you like. That's awesome. That's the point of it. Central Coast Sisterhood for Women of Domestic Violence. Get on Facebook and type that in. Central Coast Sisterhood of Women of Domestic Violence. Mum swears by it. It's a great group. I think she's one of the. You run it, ain't you? You're one of the owners of that page. Pretty sure you are. So yeah, get on that, and if you know anyone who could benefit from that page, please do so. Get on there. Let's go. Here we go. Jace, how you going, champion? Thanks for joining me again this week, mate. Really appreciate you joining in every week, buddy. I really, that touches my heart, man. My cousin. Thank you very much, buddy. Here we go. Oh, Richard Costello, mate. How you doing, champ? Anne Marie's brother. How you going, buddy? Thanks for joining in tonight. That's awesome. Quick. Just want to shout out to my grandmother, Shirley. She had her 90th birthday this past Wednesday. Happy birthday, Mama. I love you so much. Of course, with COVID, we had a massive birthday party planned for last Saturday, but COVID, oh, you COVID, we had to cancel that, unfortunately. So Mama was, I call her Mama, Shirley, she was stuck at home, but she did let us know that she had people coming over in 15-minute increments to say hello to her and wish her happy birthday and things like that. So that's awesome. She did get to have a great day, and we all got on the phone and FaceTimed her in the morning and sang happy birthday to her. And so yeah, Mama, 90 kisses and hugs for you. Love you very much. Anne-Marie says, my neighbours band together for the kids and tried to keep Easter special for them. See, that right there. This is what I'm talking about. That sense of community, that sense of looking after our village. That's the point. This is what we're going through. This is why we're going through it. I really believe this is why we're going through what we're going through, is to bring us closer together. And it's working. Okay. And forums like this is where it starts. You know what I mean? We spread the love here, and then we take it out and we share it with everyone in our community, in our little village, in our tribe. So that's awesome, Anne-Marie. I'm so happy for you there. That's so good. Mum, Shannon Tandy, hopefully we've learned a better way of life. I'm sure we have. Now, I know I have. This has really changed me, what we're going through now, and I've got a much deeper appreciation for every person in my life. So yeah, love to you all. It's just, and I really hope that we do. Photos coming up here. I'll look at them in a minute, Joe. They look fantastic. My cousin Oscar from down in Melbourne. How you doing, Mexican? How you going, brother? Thanks for joining in again. Sharon Baker. Hello, Shaz. Shazza. How you doing, my old friend from Woolworths, from my woolly days? How you doing, Shaz? Thanks for joining. Thank you very much. Hope you're doing well, sweetheart. Hope the kids and Chris are doing well. Haven't spoken to you in ages, mate. I can't remember the last time we spoke. Thanks for joining tonight. Really appreciate it. Hope you get something out of this, even if it's a laugh at my bald head. So be it. Awesome. Thanks for joining. We got Pete, makes for a good change, right? It does at the moment, what we're going through. It does make for a good change of pace, slowing life down instead of living life at a trillion miles an hour like we do. This has really slowed us down, and I think it's good for us. I really do. It's sort of the monkey. I mean, yes, we're in isolation, and yes, there is times where we overthink, but without the outside pressures of everything else, it's given us a chance to just slow him, her, them, it down, and which is what we need to do. Sharon, I'm talking about, when I keep pointing my head, you've missed, if you go back and watch the last couple of videos, talking about monkey brain, go back and check those videos out, and you'll know what I'm talking about when I keep pointing here and I say Toby. Toby's my monkey, the name of my monkey in my head, who bounces around and makes me confused and brings my anxiety, brings my fears and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, monkey brain. Watch the other videos. It's awesome. Hang on, I've skipped a bit. Anne-Marie, because of this, I've gone out of my way to meet my new neighbours. Wow, well, good on you, mate. That's awesome, okay? Because I know you, and that's something that you probably normally wouldn't do. So this is taking you out of your shell. That's so good. And, did you die? No? What happened? You made new friends, didn't you? That's awesome. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go out of our way to talk to people now, okay? Reach that hand out. Yeah, reach that hand out and say, how you doing? My name's Anne-Marie. And, bang, there you go. Well, my name's not Anne-Marie. Her name's Anne-Marie. So, yeah, that's awesome. I'm so proud of you, Anne-Marie. Good on you, mate. That's so good. Well done. Mum says there's over 1,000 women in that group, that Central Coast women's group. So that's fantastic. Michael Deeth, happy birthday. Is that happy one? Well, it's actually it's our 1 month anniversary today of doing these videos. So that's what I'm taking that as. Because it's not your birthday. Oh, no, happy birthday to my mama. All right, whoop, take that back. Even though it is our 1 month anniversary today, our 1 month birthday. But yeah, Michael, thank you so much for passing that on to my mama. Thank you very much. That's awesome. Marley, my cuz, how you doing, sweetheart? Thanks for joining us again. Hope you're doing well up there in ISO. Hope you're not too, too crazy with the kids bouncing around the house all the time. It's good to see you here, mate. Thank you very much for joining. Pete says, yeah, slow down and smell the daisies. Yes, definitely do that. Because stupid. I even did it the other day. We went for a walk around the block, and there were these beautiful. Anyone who doesn't know, I'm a gardener. So I saw these beautiful. I think they were. I'll just say they were purple roses. Mate, the smell of those things was just unbelievable. And I even had to stop and reach over their fence and have a smell, because the colour was just enthralling. I just had to. I'm like, my God, I've got to smell that, because they look fantastic. I had to smell them, and they were so good. So yeah, stop and smell the roses when you're going for a walk. But it's not. That's a metaphor, obviously. But yeah, do that. Stop and smell people's roses. You might look a little bit weird, but doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We're all a bit strange, aren't we? That's what makes us all so special. So yeah. Yes, hey Lisa, how you doing? Sorry, I almost skipped over you then. Hey Lisa, how you doing? The house is all done, all finished, keys handed over now. That's fantastic, and I hope you're enjoying the new place there. I love your new place. It looks fantastic. So yeah, I hope that's doing really well for you. And everyone, Andy, hope you're doing well. Lucy and all the other kids, Cameron, and sorry, forgot the other ones, but yeah, I hope you're all doing well over there. Who else have we got? Simon. Is my cousin Simon on too? Did I go past Simon? If I did, sorry, cuz. Thank you very much for joining me, Simon. How was the Fagoli, mate? Very jealous, dude. Very jealous I didn't get any of that. I hope you ate enough for me. So, and shout out to your mum, Auntie Benna. Love you very much. Hope you had a great Easter. Well, as good at Easter as you could. Hope the kids were able to sort of somewhat even just pick up the phone and give you a call and give you a FaceTime, something like that. Hope you're doing well, Auntie. Works keeping the babble in the chain. Oh, the babbler. Yeah. Kids are fun, aren't they? Kids are starting to really, I don't know about you, but my kids are starting to really sort of get the itch now. They're sort of, when's this going to be over now, Dad? When can we, when can we go out? When can we go to the beach? And when can we do this? When we can do that? And it's sort of hard to be able to, even though I've from soccer point of view, soccer is about to hopefully start up again at the end of May. Early June, so that'll be something good for the kids to look forward to, and not just my kids, all the kids around here. And again, shout out to my 2 soccer teams. Hope you guys and girls are all staying fit and healthy and ready to go when the season starts, because we put in a lot of effort in the pre-season, especially the girls. We put a lot of effort into pre-season training to get you all fit, and it's just a shame that we've lost these 5 or 6 weeks now. So I hope you are staying fit. Whoop, here we go. Cheers. Okay, so now that that's got through, I'm up to date now with all the comments. Please keep them coming in while I talk about just a few little things here that I've written down. Tonight, I wanted to talk about, yes, please bring on the soccer season. Yeah, tell me about it. I'm a bit itching myself, actually. So yeah, tonight, I wanted to talk about the importance of self-importance. You, how important you are, okay? We need to keep sight of that. When we're dealing with anxieties and depression and PTSD and all those other sorts of ugly mental illnesses, you have a tendency to sort of distance yourself from yourself, if that makes any sense. We sort of, almost to a point, give up on ourselves and, and no, I'm not worth anything. and I can't do this and I can't do that because I'm just not worth it, and we need to, that's the platform, that's the foundation of where we need to start to get back from our anxieties and our depression. We can't sort of go anywhere or try and build up any sort of mental fitness until we've started there, until you've started to forgive yourself, to love yourself. Loving yourself isn't weird. I don't mean loving yourself in a weird way. I mean just sort of loving who you are, and appreciating who you are and who you can be, and we really, a lot of people today, especially in the mental health industry, the mental health side of things, tend to just, think of others before themselves, and that's all well and good to be able to want to help other people. I'm all for that. Okay, we have to help others, but I really think to be able to really help someone else, you need to start with you, and we need to know what we're worth and what did I write here? Basically, appreciate ourselves, okay, and know what we can achieve in life if we do understand what we've gone through. Our past doesn't define us. Our past shouldn't define our future. It's our past has gotten us to where we are today, yes, and it's made us strong. Everything that we've gone through in our past, they're sort of like bricks. It's building the foundation, okay, of who we are today. So, what we really need to focus on is just loving ourselves, and appreciating who we are as people, as a person. You know what I mean? Like you can't really help others properly if you don't respect and love yourself, And that's, again, like you can't love someone else properly and show them love, the love that they deserve, without first loving who you are, and it makes it better, for lack of a, Sorry, I'm tripping over my words tonight, really am. But you know where I'm going with this. You know what I mean? It's all about you tonight, and that was the name I forgot to put the name of this video, but the name of this video was Know Yourself. Let's get to know ourselves a little bit better through what's going on at the moment. You know what I mean? And we've got nothing else to do. So we should let's get in touch. The last few weeks we've been reaching out to other people. I've been telling you to reach out and look after your friends and look after others and whatever. But tonight the message is I want you to look after yourself. I want you to take time out for yourselves, okay, and do the things. Be a bit selfish from time to time. Look after you. Take some time especially just for you to recharge your own batteries and to, enjoy being in your own company again. I know from personal experience in here, sometimes the last place I want to be is trapped in there. But it all starts from in here. You know what I mean? We have to sort of love ourselves. You know what I mean? And that's where it all starts. To be able to project love out, it needs to come from within first. Okay, so we all need our self-importance and our self-worth is so important. It's where everything good comes from inside of us, so that we can expand it outwards. There's that bloody trip again. So yeah, I wrote down a few things here. Been watching a lot of YouTube videos over the last couple of weeks. The greatest power on earth is to be self-controlled, right? So again, we can't always control what's going on out here, out in the world, that means. But what we can control is what's going on inside of us, okay? And that's where it all starts. To get more of an appreciation for the world and what's going on around us, we have to really get in touch with our own feelings and our own feelings, basically, and how we deal with things. You know what I mean? And we have to stop dismissing our own feelings like, nah, she'll be right, mate. I'm fine. As long as I'm doing this for that person, I'll be okay. That's all well and good to a point, but what I want you all to focus on this week is a bit of self-importance, a bit of self-care. You know what I mean? Looking after yourselves. I can't stress enough how important it is. I've learnt that over the last couple of years that, I am important and I do matter just like you do. Okay. And we need to take the time to appreciate that. And again, it's not something that's you're going to go to bed tonight and wake up tomorrow and, I love myself. This is awesome. Yes, I feel great. It's something that we have to work on a daily basis. You've got to learn to forgive yourself for the mistakes that you've made. We're not perfect. I'm not. I'm certain. I'll put my hands up right now. I am not perfect in any way, shape, or form. I make constant mistakes with my life, but I'm able to put my hand up and say, there was a mistake. I admit it. That probably wasn't the best thing for me to do. So I've left that now and I want to move forward. Okay, I forgive myself for that. And that's another thing. Forgive yourself. Okay, you are only human. All right, it is our job to make mistakes in life. Okay, but it's how you deal with that. You can sit there and dwell on it, and punch yourself into a deeper hole. Oh, I did this. I'm such an idiot. Why did I do that? Oh my God, why? You're not helping yourself in any way, shape, or form doing that. Okay, and we need to understand that. It's yes, okay, own it, figure out what you did. Jay Hall, how you going, brother? Celebrate the small wins, he says. That's it. See, as soon as you join in at the right times every time, brother, thank you so much. You saved me because I was drowning there for a while. I didn't know where I was going with that. Celebrate the small wins. Everything small, like we talked about last week. Something small this big can only be that big. But then we get another one, and then another one, and then another one. And before we know it, we're huge, mate. Sweat patch is going again. So yeah, celebrate those small wins, and learn to just love each other, love ourselves. That's the message I want to get out tonight. Okay, we need to learn to love us again. You know what I mean? And that self-importance. You watching right now, you are important to this world. Okay, you might not see it right this second, and if you do, awesome. I'm so proud of you. But for those who don't think, I'm not really that important, you are. Okay, you have got something to offer this world. All right, keep trucking along, keep forgiving yourself, keep loving yourself, dust yourself off when you fall over, get back up and go again. Okay, but just take it easy on yourself. Okay, there's no point, like I've been saying to you, life's tough enough. All right, life will beat you down and it will keep you down if you let it. Right, but let's not let it anymore. Okay, let's learn to forgive ourselves and to move forward and stop living in the past. Oh, this happened or that happened. Yeah, it did. It did happen. Let's not let it define where we're going though. Okay, because that mistake or that thing that we did wrong got us to where we are now. Right, now you can either sit in that pity pool, which we all know, if you've been there in that pity pool, it's not fun. It's very much not fun. So please dust yourself off, give yourself a break. We're meant to make mistakes, okay? No one was born with all the answers in life, how to live the perfect life. Pretty sure there's no such thing as a perfect life, to be honest, because what I believe is life is a lesson. Everything we do in life is a lesson. Yeah, sometimes you fail, sometimes you win, but they're all lessons. And as long as we can just keep moving forward and try our hardest not to keep making the same mistakes, we're winning. It's a win, baby. It's a win. So take the time out for the next couple of weeks to really get to know you and to learn to forgive yourself for those mistakes that we've made. And you are worth it. You're worth forgiving. Okay? Please don't sit there and think, I'm not worth it. No, I'll just concentrate on helping somebody else because you're worth it. Okay, please just know that. I've got so many other things written down here, but I forgot my glasses again. Bullfed. Yes, I wear glasses. Okay, I'm almost 40 and I wear glasses, and I'm bald. So yeah, but hey, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, baby. I wear glasses so I can read. Because at the moment, all I'm seeing is a lot of blurred lines. This was one thing that I watched a YouTube video today. I forget the name. It was a TED Talk. Can't remember the TED Talk. All my TAFE friends out there, TED Talks are awesome. I'll just quickly. I wrote down some stuff. So, unhealthy beliefs of ourselves. No, I'm not going to read that because there was a heading to it, and I forgot to write the heading down, so there's no context to what I'm about to say to you. So, scrap that. Here's a good one. The secret to being mentally strong. You want to hear it? Do you want to know what the secret is to being mentally strong? You ready? I hope I can read it. The secret to being mentally strong is to give up your bad mental habits. Seems pretty easy, eh? Now, those bad mental habits are, oh, I'm an idiot. Why did I do this? Oh, it's so frustrating. And, and that giving up and that putting yourself down and, oh, I'm not worth it. And, just really taking shots at yourself. If we can stop doing that, that's how we start building our mental fitness. Because we'll put it this way, segue into the next thing. If you want to become physically stronger, what do? Do you sit there and eat junk food and just pray to God, please make me strong like Arnie or, some awesome massive dude like that, please? No, because if that worked, I'd be massive, right? And I'm not. So that doesn't work. Praying to God to make you physically strong doesn't work, unfortunately. So if you want to become physically strong, what do? You go to the gym and lift weights, right? That's how you get physically strong, right? And you got to eat the right foods as well. Eat the right foods, do the right things, go for walks, do all the healthy choices in life. Okay, and that's how you get physically strong. To get mentally strong, which is just as important as being physically strong, you got to do all those. You got to get rid of all those bad mental habits, like putting yourself down and not knowing what you're worth. It's not. I'll say it's that simple, but sometimes it's not that simple. But it really is. That's our starting point. Is not giving up on ourselves. Not putting ourselves down. Before all this COVID stuff, there was enough people out there putting us down, and not to mention what we were doing to ourselves. Okay, what Toby was doing up in here. You're no good. You can't do that. You're hopeless. Don't even try. You don't deserve to be happy. Yeah. Shut up, mate. Right? That's how we build mental strength. Telling this one to be quiet, okay, and giving us our power back. Right? We give other people too much power over our lives, over our life. Right? You give someone else's opinion. You take it on board so much that you start believing it. And as I tell my soccer teams, I coach an under-16 women's team. Opinions, everyone's got them, but to me, someone else's opinion of me is just air coming out of their mouth. You suck. You don't know what you're talking about. You're this, you're that. It's just hot air coming out of their mouth in the form of words, okay? And we can, two things. We can take it on board and let it sink us even further into our own hole that we've already created for ourselves, or we can let it deflect like we do with hot air. Just let it blow away, okay, and keep building and keep working, okay? So if we keep letting other people knock us down, we're not going to get anywhere in life, okay? We need to start standing up for ourselves and believing in ourselves, knowing what you're worth. Go and get what you're worth. We all know what we're worth to a point, but we need to work on it more, because we can achieve so much more if we truly, truly trust ourselves, believe in ourselves, and just keep working and keep wanting a better life, okay? A better life is out there waiting for every single one of us. But just like wanting bigger muscles, we've got to work for it, baby. We've got to push. We've got to push those weights, and we've got to push those negative energies aside. You know, life is so full of negativity. We've got to learn to push those barriers away. No, I'm not hopeless. I do deserve this. I'm not that bad. Blah, blah, blah. Keep pushing the negativity away. Harness the positivity, push away the negativity. All right? So let's work on that. All right? Know what you're worth. Self-importance is very important. Okay? We're all, life is not a competition. No one's more important. I'm not any more important than you, and you're not any more important than me. Okay? We're all on an even playing field. And I think, again, COVID has shown us that. No one is immune to what's going on right now. No one's above it. No one's beneath it. We're all equal. And this is another thing that COVID is showing us, that we are all equal in this world. So let's take that and run with it. Okay? If you are down and if you have, given up on life and given up on yourself, now's your chance to dust yourself off and get up and join the rest of us on this even playing field, because no one's immune to this. We are all equal in this world, guys. Every single one of us. Every single one of us deserves happiness, and there's happiness waiting out there. Happiness starts in here and in here, in there. Okay? So love yourselves again. It's not weird. It's not strange. Oh, I love myself. No, because it all starts from in here. The more you love yourself, the more you can love others, the more you can appreciate life. So let's do it. Do it. Do it. I love you. Hopefully you love me. Let's spread that love. Yeah? But more importantly than loving me, love you. Because you're special, man and lady. You're special. Don't ever let anyone tell you any different, especially your own monkey. You are in control, not them. You. Love yourself. You deserve it. You deserve good things. We all deserve good things, man. Cheers. Okay. So, yeah, that's enough of that for now. Let's get back to you guys. Again, I don't want to be too self-indulgent talking about all my whatever I want to talk about. This is about us. This is about you, right? I'm just the host here, right? I'm just hosting this thing. It's all about you guys. So if you guys want to talk about anything in particular, you want to talk about how you deal with your own self-importance or unfortunately self-loathing, let's talk about it. This is what it's about. We're not just here to listen to me blab on crap. Let's hear from you guys. Let's hear from the source. What do you reckon? Hey? Let's hear from the source. So where was I up to? The last thing I remember was Marley saying, please bring on the soccer season. Yeah, yes, let's do that. Not long now, I reckon. Well, I had a meeting with not a meeting, but they had a online video chat the other night, my soccer club, and they were talking late May, early June for a start. So thank God, let's get it on. Let's get it on, because this could possibly be my last year as coaching. So I don't want it to end like that. I don't want my playing career got taken away from me without me having a say in it, and I don't want my coaching career to end that way either. So, come on. Mum, Shannon says, love and respect for self. Yes, 100%. We need to love and respect ourselves because we deserve it. Okay? Simple as that. You deserve it. Everyone does. Jay Hall. Oh, yeah, hang on. Jay, Jay's been sending me messages. Hey, bro, celebrate the small wins. Yep, said that one, and perfect. I hope you did get a bit out of that, Jay, because a lot of this topic came from you and my mate Damo this week. So you guys, both of you together, have really helped fuel what I was talking about this week. So thank you so much to the two of you. Love yous all. Love you very much, both of you, like brothers. Love you all. Thanks so much for contributing every week because, again, this is our show. All right, this is what we're doing. It's not about me. It's not about me. Oh, it's about you. Happy birthday, you ledge, from Kirsty. Are we talking about my grandmother's birthday? Is that what we're talking about? Or is it if I missed someone else's birthday? I don't think I've missed anyone else's birthday. Pretty sure. No. If I have, let me know, yeah? Because I'd hate to have someone else. Jason, any luck with having a second person with you? Yes, mate, but not on Facebook. So that's good. That's another good segue, Jason. Thank you very much. I hope you're still listening to me. I did jabber on there for a while. Next week, what I'm going to try, I want you all, if you're all interested in jumping formats, jumping over to Instagram next week. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, if you have got an account, follow me, Ryan Tanti. I think just type in Ryan Tanti, and if you can't find me, my Instagram name is Ryan_Tanti81. Jump on there and follow me because we're going to be doing it. I'm going to be doing these live video, this just one next week, see how it goes, and then I'll come back to this one, and then the week after we might go back. We'll see how it goes, depending on how many of you jump over and follow and watch. So yeah, next week we're going to go live on Instagram. My mate Damien's going to come on and have a chat with us, just about, we don't know what we're going to talk about yet, but we'll talk about stuff. My mate Michael, Death Boy, wants to jump on and have a few words as well. So, and anybody else too, not just them two. If anyone else wants to have a crack, please send me a message during the week through the page. Just send me a message. Yeah, Ryan, I'd love to come and have a chat with you. So send me a private message and then I'll get back to you and we can talk about what you want to talk about and things like that. So we can have some sort of structure, so we're not sort of on there going, so how you doing, man? You good and that? Yeah. We're going to have some sort of structure to it. So yeah, if everyone on here right now, what I'll do is when I get off here, and I know I say this every week and I never do it. When I get off here, I'm going to put my Instagram details on this page. So if you can all download Instagram if you have, and again, don't think that you have to, when you get on Instagram, I have to like this and I have to like that page and I have to do this and that. You can just get on there and just like my page if you like, and just use it to be able to just watch these videos, because yeah, we can get on Instagram and do a 2-person live feed. I can be at the top, the other person can be down the bottom. Once they're finished, whoop, they disappear, and I can get someone else coming in, and we can just keep doing that all night long if we want. Or if we only get a couple, then we can just have a really long chat. So yeah, I'd really like to try it next week, guys. I'm spewing that I haven't been able to do it on Facebook, but unfortunately they've disabled the what would you say? They've just disabled it and that, so that you can't do it. You can't do a 2-person live video on Facebook anymore for some reason. I don't know why, but whatever. We'll just go and use Instagram next week, eh? So yeah, if you just want to download the Instagram app, it doesn't cost anything. It's free. It's not, bad. It doesn't have cookies or whatever that means. I don't even know what that means. It's not bad. If you just want to just get on there, like my page, and then next Friday night at 8 o'clock, we're going to go live from Instagram. So yeah, if you're all listening now, I hope you're all listening now, and I'll be posting it during the week as well. And again, share it with your friends if you think anyone will benefit from listening to other people. And yes, finally, you won't just get to see my ugly mug. You'll get to see someone else's ugly mug with me. So yeah, next week, 8 o'clock, Instagram. get on it. Jump over there. We'll hopefully have some fun, and we can have real conversations with, not just listening to me blab on. We can actually have some real conversations. So get on Instagram, my name, Ryan Tanti, or Ryan_Tanti81. Follow me, and we can do these videos. We're going to do this video next Friday night from my Instagram. Got it? Next Friday night, 8 o'clock, Instagram. See you there. Hope that answers your question, dude. Whew. Cheers. Anne-Marie. I've got to catch up now. I'm quite behind. Jabbering. What do we got? Oh, hang on. Get away. I've lost it now. Hang on. Anne-Marie. Somehow, I don't know why, but you're... Yeah, we'll come back to that, Anne-Marie. If I haven't... Hang on, here we go. Here's one here. If I hadn't made a mistake that changed my direction in life, I would never have been in that classroom last year and would never met you. Well, see, even the mistakes that we make lead to something good. You got to hang out with me for 6 months. So wasn't that mistake worth it now? I'll leave that up to you. But again, that's right. Sometimes, I truly believe that nothing is random in life. Every decision we make, everything that happens for us is for a reason. So there you go. If you didn't make that mistake, we wouldn't be mates. I wouldn't know you, and you wouldn't know me. So thank heavens that mistake was made by you, and we got to meet each other, because, I really don't think that our paths would have unfortunately crossed if we didn't both end up at that TAFE last year. So that's awesome. See, there's good in everything, mate. Just got to see the silver lining. So that's awesome. Deethy, cheers, everyone. Right, now I'm pretty sure I've missed a birthday now. I don't know what it is. Whoop, hang on, I've gone to... Oh, no, that's better. I've missed something. Deethy, let me know. Send me a text, dude. Send me a text of what I've missed here. Everyone's cheering, you're cheersing people, and something's going on. I've missed things because I'm jabbering too much. So Deethy, send me a text, mate. Let me know what's going on. Why are you cheersing everyone? Talk to me, mate. Let me know. Send me a message. I'm waiting. Quick, I'll be staring at my phone till you do it. Shannon Tanti says, mental exercises. Yes, everyone should be exercising our mental brains, okay, our mental states, okay. Again, just like pumping weights, you got to pump the weights in here, mate, too, okay. Forgiveness, letting go of things. I know it's hard, that anxiety and those fears, but we need to learn to let go of them, okay. It's hard, yes, but you just chip away, and we're sweet, mate. So just keep working on it. It's not going to happen like that, because if it did, none of us would suffer at all. And going back to the Buddhists, suffering is a part of life. Simple as that. There's no point denying it. There's no point running away from it. Or why does all this bad shit always happen to me? Because it's meant to. Okay, bad shit is meant to happen to us to build us up. Okay, build our resilience. All right. Now, again, you can either let it fall on top of you and get on top of you too much and just sit down and give up on life, or you can fight back. Okay, fight for what you deserve and fight for what's right for you. So, mental exercises, work on them. They're really awesome. Positive self-talk. Yes, talk yourself up. Yeah, I made that mistake, but that's all right. I'm only human. And I'll probably make another mistake, but that's okay. I'm only human. I'm going to learn from them. I'm going to learn from each and every mistake, because each and every mistake is a life lesson. Like mistakes here. Again, Anne-Marie, she didn't make that mistake in her life, we would never have met. So even though that's sort of, difficult. Jay Hall, awesome Buddhist content. Instagram profile post. What do you think about that quote? Follow us. Oh, hang on, it's just gone. Follow us, like this Buddhism meditation. There you go, Buddhism meditation on Instagram. For all you now, I know, because you're all going to jump over onto Instagram tonight. after this, not now, after this, you're going to go and download Instagram. So you can follow me, Ryan Tanti, and you can also follow Buddhism Meditation. Buddhism_meditation. Thank you, Jay Hall. Love it, brother. Back to positive talk. Yes, positive talk. Yes, I'm allowed to make mistakes. Yes, it's how we learn. If you don't make mistakes, you don't learn in life. Nobody's perfect. Stop beating up on yourself. That's how we learn, is by making mistakes. Okay? And take it easy on yourself. We're allowed to make mistakes. Oh, Jay Hall sent it again. Jay Hall, you're going to have to wait, dude. Hang on. Now you've sent me a picture. See if I can. Oh, he sent me a picture. I wonder if I can. Can you all see that? Oh, you can see my bald head. Oh. Remember to take care of yourself. You can't pour from an empty cup. That's it, mate. And that's from that page. Buddhism Meditation. Get on there, guys, and have a check that out. It's got some real. Buddhism is awesome. I mean, I know I'm Catholic and I'm Christian. I'm Catholic and I love my God and stuff like that. But there's no reason why I can't look into Buddhism. Some of the best things about Buddhism are, the Four Noble Truths. Again, suffering is a part of life. Learning how to deal with the suffering. Okay, understanding why we're suffering, and that's because we're learning lessons. Being able to let go of the suffering, and that's by we become very materialistic in this world. And if you know anything about Buddhists, they're very unmaterialistic. That's why they are so calm and so zen, because they don't have so many attachments to material things, because they just life's more than material things. Life's about the beauty in it and the love that there is out there. You know what I mean? And so, I advise you another thing to look up, get into Buddhism. Not get into it, but look it up, look into it. It's very fascinating. I did an assessment on Buddhism last year that really, it was a struggle to get my head into that assessment because it seemed so hard. But once I picked Buddhism as the topic, it blew my mind. It opened my mind. I think that was another thing. That was another turning point in my life when I did that assessment and learned about Buddhism. It really it took me to another place. It really did. It opened my eyes and made me see the world in a different light, in a different path. So check out Buddhism. It'll be good for you, I promise you. I'm not telling you what to do. Hey, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. That's cool. It worked for me. It might work for you. So just Google it, mate. Google it. Get out of it, fly. Shannon's written, they are suffering from transference. Yes, definitely. And again, we just need to learn to let go of our, all those negative thoughts and all the things that weigh us down. If we cut all those weights off us, we start to rise up and start to live to our full potential. Okay, we take on too much of the outside world into our own lives, and it's we've got to. Everything good starts in here, right? If we can get what's right in here, the rest of the world doesn't seem too bad. Right? Again, I'm not perfect. I'm not. I still struggle myself on a daily basis, but I've learned to let go of those things that I would once, hold on to for such a long time. And, I was in a depression for years, and, and it got me nowhere, feeling sorry for myself and feeling down. It just got me nowhere, guys. And I'm sure it's not getting you anywhere if you're struggling with depression as well. And it's easier said than done to let go of depression and to try and move forward. But like Jay and everyone else is saying, take the little victories and add them up, put them on top of each other. Eventually, you'll get close to that hole, the top of that hole, and there'll be someone with that hand to pull you up out of it. Whew. You'll have someone to pull you up out, all right? There always is someone who's willing to extend that hand, Okay. Where are we at? Solid, yes, Marley, solid foundations. That's it. That's it's where everything starts, from a solid foundation. A house can't stand without a solid foundation. Jay, you can back me up on that. You're a builder. You know, you build houses. If you don't have a solid foundation, the house will just collapse. Okay, and that's why a lot of us struggle with our own mental illness and our own mental health, because we don't have a foundation. We adopt the "she'll be right, mate." No, I'm cool, man. There's nothing wrong with me. No, I'm good. I'm good. And then the first sign of something tough, we crumble and we fall. Okay, because we haven't put the time in to build that foundation. Okay, so we've got to work on building that foundation, guys. Thank you for that. Thank you for everyone who's contributed so far. I really appreciate it. This is why we're doing this. This is why we get together on a Friday night, is to help each other. Okay, I might be the one reading it all out, but you guys are the ones typing it, and it's coming from your heart and your soul, and that's why it means something, because I'm not just sitting here reading it from a book that I've watched other people say. It's you guys. It's coming from the source, mate. Remember, the source. Cheers, the source. Marley, can't wait for the kids to have some semblance of normality back. Yeah. And run off that energy. Yeah, tell me about it. I reckon my son's ready to run through walls at the moment. It's really hit him in this last week, actually, how bored he actually is. And because I've sort of taken the PlayStation away from him a little bit. I know, naughty dad, but not a naughty dad. I'm trying to do something good by him. You know, I don't want him to become a zombie, sitting there all day playing a video game, because that's what life's not about that. All right, so I'll admit it, I put my hand up, I have taken it away from him at his absolute disgust. And, you know, he let me know about it, how disgusted he was with it. Whew. But I'm doing it for his own good. And, you know, and even just this afternoon, I've seen a bit of a change in him. So things pay off, mate. You've got to go through the tough. You've got to go through, what was that movie, Andy Dufresne? What was that movie? Shawshank Redemption. Remember how he had to crawl through that pipe of shit to get to freedom, to get to the, you know, he had to crawl through, God knows, that dirty, disgusting pipe full of human feces. But at the end of it was his reward. So even though he escaped from jail, but he was innocent. But anyway, you know, you get what I'm going. Yeah, you get it, right? You've got to crawl through the shit to get to the glory, mate. That's what I'm saying. So thanks again, Marley, for that. That's awesome. Yeah, you know, and kids are going to need that normality back. You know, we're hearing on the news that they're thinking about sending the kids back to school next term, the next few weeks, sending them back in, you know, increments here and there, blah blah blah. I think I feel for the poor teachers. I really do, having to do that, because this thing's not over yet. COVID's not, you know, we might be flattening that curve, but it's not over. The threat's not over yet. So I think we need to just sort of peg it back a touch, not get too cocky, because we have done a great job so far. Everyone out there isolating, well done. But I don't think we can. Let's not get too cocky about it yet. All right, let's keep doing what we're doing, because the last thing we want to do is all jump back out into society too early and then lockdown again. We don't want to do that. Let's just do it right the first time, so we don't have to go through this shit again. Yeah. Thanks, Miles. Kevin Benici, how you doing, bros? How you doing, man? Thanks very much for joining. Great job again, cuz. Thanks, mate. Again, it's not me, man. It's all of you guys. It's everyone commenting tonight, you know. And that's, again, this was what I envisioned when I first started this. These video things was you guys taking the reins, you know. And this is awesome. I'm absolutely stoked. And I hope you are all excited with it too, because this is, you know, I'm very much behind, so I'm trying to catch up. But this is so good, all you guys contributing. I mean, I ask you every week, bring the drink and the conversation, and you're doing it, loving it. Let's keep this doing. I'll just mention it again. Next week, we're going live on Instagram. So if you all want to download the Instagram app, like my page, Ryan Tanti, Ryan_Tanti81. We're going to go live next week on Instagram so that we can have other people. And again, like I've said, if you want to join me on this live thing, and have a live chat and talk. We can both read these comments together, or talk about what you want to talk about. Please hit me up with a private message during the week and let me know if you're interested in that. You can do it right now if you like. Private message, and just let me know, yeah, I'm interested, Ryan, let's do it. I've already got at least 1 or 2 people booked in for next week. So if we can't fit you in next week, we can fit you in, in the coming weeks. So yeah, please jump on Instagram next week. Download the Instagram app. Next week, 8 p.m. Almost at 8 a.m. 8 p.m. We're going to go live in this format, but not on Facebook, on Instagram. You get me? Not here. Instagram next week. Okay, so if you tune in on Facebook next week and go, where's Ryan? He's on Instagram. So Instagram. Thanks, Kev. Love you, brother. Hope to see you on Instagram next week, man. I'd love to have you on and have a chat, brother. We can talk about the doggies, babe. Doggies. Sorry for scratching. It wasn't a pick. It wasn't a pick. It was just a scratch. Okay, it was scratching on the outside. It wasn't a pick. It was a scratch. Trust me, it was a scratch. Anne Marie, I thought it was the end of the world when I stuffed up, and that nothing could ever be okay again. Well, we all, when we make big mistakes in life, Marianne, we always think that, oh my God, it's the end of my world. That's it. My life's over. And life has shown you that it hasn't. It wasn't. Okay. It just took you down another path. That's all. It took you down a better path, I reckon, because you learned from that mistake. Okay. We're meant to make mistakes. Remember that. Don't ever forget it. Everyone out there, I'm not just talking to Marianne now. I'm talking to everyone. We're meant to make mistakes, to learn from them, and to move forward. Okay. So don't beat yourself up because you make mistakes, because that's our job. We are human. We are supposed to make mistakes. Okay. Please don't beat yourself up. And I know that you probably did for a while. Knowing you did beat yourself up for a long while, but life showed you why you made that mistake. It was to bring you to another path. Okay. Simple as that. I'm really proud of you, mate, that you've been able to get it behind you. It's Mama's birthday. Okay, so everyone's been saying Mama's birthday. Love you, Mama. Jay Hall, misery loves company. Oh, don't we all know that, mate? Don't we all know that? Yes, misery does love company. That Toby loves having the power, okay? Because he's a misery guts on his own, and he doesn't want to be miserable on his own, so he makes us miserable. And that's so true, that statement, that misery does love company. We just got to take that power away from him. What's going on here? Something keeps blocking all these. Anyways, Kevin says, happy birthday to Shirley. Mama, if you're watching, Kevin Benici, my cousin, says happy birthday. Shannon Tanti, Buddhist philosophy is beautiful. Yes, it is. It really is. As I said, that assessment, that PowerPoint presentation that I did last year was one of the best things I've ever done in TAFE. It came across really well in class. I think everyone enjoyed it in class, and no one enjoyed it more than I did. I really enjoyed presenting it to the class, and I really enjoyed learning all of that information that presentation. Had to do a presentation. It's only supposed to go for 20 minutes. Mine went for 45. And I was honestly looking around the room thinking, if I see someone doing that, I was just going to stop. But the people that were in class were just sort of on the edge of their seats, weren't they, Marianne and Joe? You just loved it, and I loved giving it. I really loved talking about it, and it was just so enthralling, and it was really eye-opening. And so, yeah, get into Buddhism, learn about Buddhism, guys. It's fantastic. It really is good stuff. Here you go. Look, segue. Marianne says that assignment is still helping her months later. So, do it. Learn. Google Buddhism. Just learn a little bit about the Noble Truths, about the Eightfold something. I've forgotten. Yeah, good one, Ryan. You're talking it up. Yeah, you've forgotten. Eightfold something. The Four Noble Truths are really fantastic. To really get your head around that's what helped me the most, is learning about the Four Noble Truths. So there you go. Google the Four Noble Truths of Buddhism. Change your life, mate. Really will. We'll put it into perspective anyway. You should share your assignment. Yeah, you know what? To be self-indulgent, if anyone is interested in seeing that that assessment, I can try and share it. Just that spit coming out. I can try and share it on my page if I can. If anyone is interested, let me know, and I'll share it. But if Mary Ann's interested, I can just share it with her. But if anyone else is interested, let me know, and I can post it on. It was pretty good. Probably not going to be the same without me standing up there explaining everything, but you can read through it. There's a lot of information on the slides, so you can read through it, and it'd be really beneficial. So thanks for that, Mary Ann. I appreciate that. It was a great presentation. You should be very proud of it. Oh, I was. Just said that. It was probably some of my best work that I've done in the last year and a half in TAFE. So yeah, it was awesome. Kirsty Hall, killing it, bro. Great sermon. It's probably, if that is you thirsty, awesome. It's probably Jay. Thank you, brother. Love you, mate. I'm trying, man. You guys, again, I'm just preaching what you guys are saying. That's simple as that. Who's next? Rhea Carter. Hey, Rhea, how you doing? Hope you're doing well, sweetie. Hope isolation's not dragging you down too much. Hope you're happy and hope you're healthy up here. Send me a message if you're not. Talk it out. But yeah, hopefully everything's going good for you, and hopefully you're keeping fit for soccer, young lady. I really hope you are, because soccer's almost around the corner. So thanks, Reeve. Thanks for joining. Marley sent me a message. Oh, hopefully she's still there. She's got to go. Thanks for being there for us. Love you so much. Catch you on Insta. Awesome. No worries, mate. Thank you for joining in once again. I know I'm going, an hour and 17 minutes again, jabbering on. But again, I'm not going to stop until you guys stop, until you want me to say, Ryan, that's enough. I'm going to go now, because I really, again, this is for us. This is all for us. You know what I mean? So let's just do this all for us. Again, these things happened again. These blockages. How do I get rid of that? Because if I click on that, it's going to take me somewhere, isn't it? Tech Savvy Ryan at it again, huh? Because it's covering up now. Hang on. You love the dog, oh, Kevin. You know what? No. I don't love the dog. The 88 grand final still sticks in my craw. Something shocking, dude. Terry Lamb. Oh no, I didn't take him out. I didn't do it on purpose. No, you just come with your forearm straight at it jumped up 10 foot in the air with your forearm and hit Ellery Hanley's temple with your elbow. That wasn't on purpose. Righto, dude, if you can sleep at night with that, yep. That was, I still remember being in your garage, dude, at Greystanes, watching that. All of us there, and Dad, I remember Dad getting the shits, mate. My God, Dad used to get the shits at the football at the best of times, but in that grand final, the 88 grand final, when he lost it, I remember he lost it, and then you and your dad, I suppose he didn't make me. I put on, me being the traitorous little shit that I was back then, because Bulldogs won, I took my Tigers jersey off and put the Bulldogs jersey on, and then I only did it for 5 minutes, but you managed to get a photo of it. You still got that photo? Don't post it if you do, but if you've got it, that's good. But don't ever show that. Don't ever show that, because that broke my father's heart. But anyway, we won't talk about that again. 88 grand final, huh? 88 grand final. So now deep down, I don't love the Bulldogs, mate. Sorry, buddy. I'm a Tigers boy through and through, man. I've got black, gold, orange, white, all the colours that we have now running through my veins. So I'm a West Tigers man now. Did the presentation 1 week on here. Simon says, my cousin, Simon says, let's play Simon says, do the presentation 1 week on here. All right, okay, I'm doing it. If I can work it out, well, I'm probably, Simon, I don't know if you realise this, man, but I'm not very tech savvy. There's something blocking the comments here that I can't get rid of. So if I can't get rid of that, I don't think I can play it on here. But what I'll do is I'll try and post it on my page. It's a 38 page. Well, I suppose it's not 38 pages. It's 35 page PowerPoint presentation. I'll try and get it on my page somehow. All right. So sweet. I'll do that. Awesome. If you want to hear it, let's do it. I'll do it. Yeah, hang on, Simon. Yeah, Simon's got up here. Hang on, I'll get to that in a minute, Simon. I just saw that out of the corner of my eye. Hang on, man. I'll get there. Path. Mary Ann says path, I think. Sorry, context. Can you type in again what the context is for that? I'm a bit. Cheers. I've lost it there. Shannon, my mum says, yes, we want to hear about it. Okay. Well, I will. I'll put it on here. I'll put it on my page. Okay. I'll get my tech savvy wife to help me figure out how to put it on my page. So look out on my page in the next couple of days. I'll try and get it on there for you. Anne-Marie says, Balmain boys don't cry. Well, one did in 1989. He didn't in 88. He didn't cry in 88, but oh, geez, he got pissed. He got very angry. But in 1989 grand final, Tigers and Canberra, that was the first time I ever saw my dad cry. That shattered me to see how passionate he was about something other than his family. He in the 1989 grand final was the first time I saw my dad cry, and when I watch the replay back now, I cry. So Balmain boys do cry sometimes. Okay, especially when heartbreak like that happened. Benny Elias, how could you hit the crossbar from 10 metres out? My God. But anyway, moving on. Thank you. Simon, here we go. We're up to it now, Simon. Your old man did the same thing to me when I was a kid. I have a photo all dressed in Tigers gear. Oh, really? Dude, send me that photo, man. I would love to see that photo. If you've got that somewhere, and I can imagine Dad forcing you to wear that. I really can picture him doing that. So, yeah, please send me that photo. I would love to see that, man. That would be hilarious because I know you're a diehard Parramatta fan, and I know even the thought of that must make you sick. So, send me that photo, bud. I'd love to see that, man. Mary Ann, 8. Yes. Remember how I was talking about 8-fold something? It was the 8-fold path, okay? And there's 8 paths of their way of life. So I'm going to post it. Wait till I'll do that. But yeah, thank you for clarifying that. Really appreciate it. 8-fold path. The 8 paths. Kevin Benici, great memories, cuz, and Lamb slipped. Usually when you slip down. You don't slip 10 foot in the air, and your elbow doesn't go up; it'll go down. But anyway, yeah, Terry Lamb, Baba, yep, good on you, cuz. Mary Ann says, so did my father and grandfather. Yeah, well, it was tough, mate. That 89 grand final was a tough pill to swallow for a Tigers fan. It was we dominated that year, the whole year. We dominated that first half. And, what was it? Bloody Warren Ryan. What does he do with 10 minutes to go? Takes off the 2 Australian front rowers, and back in those days they couldn't come back on. Once they were off, they were off. Good on you, Warren Ryan. Yeah, that was a good one, mate. I wasn't even born, and I've heard all about it. Yeah, I bet you have. My kids weren't even born in that century, and they know about it. So, yep, there you go. Enough footy, mum. Oh, sorry, people are talking about it, mate. People are talking about it. Again, I have got a few other things I'll talk about, but you love it. Just because I'm not talking about Para, that's why you're getting the shits, because I'm not talking about Parramatta. Yeah, all right, Parramatta, he's won what was it? 3 in a row back in the 80s. When was the last one after that? Yeah. So, yeah, that's why you don't want me to talk about football. Okay, awesome. All right, so I'm caught up. That's cool. That's funny. All right, yeah, sorry, Mum, for talking so much about footy. I know you don't like the best team ever. Yeah, you had a pretty good team back in the 80s. Yep, I'll give you that. You had a great team back in the 80s. It was awesome. You know, your Sterlings and your Prices, and your Cronins, and the Guru and all them. You know, all those old blokes. Yeah, those were great back then. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm hoping that my mate Damo is on. Damien, are you there? If you're there, can you send a message, dude? I've sort of run out of things to say, dude, because I'm about to talk about something that you asked me to talk about tonight. I've been waiting for you to join me. Damien couldn't join earlier tonight. He had something else to do, and he said his apologies for not being able to be on early. But it doesn't look like he's on yet. But I think I'm sort of getting towards the end. Well, anyway, I'll bring it back up again when he comes on. I just wanted to talk about, I've been talking about my dad now, and for those of you who don't know, my dad did pass away 19 years ago, and it was very tough for me as a 19-year-old boy, as I was back then. I wasn't a man, I was a boy. It was very tough to deal with the loss of a father. Any sort of loss is very tough to deal with. We're going to get back serious now. We've been joking over here, but now I'm going to sort of put my other hat back on and talk about some serious stuff. My cousin Simon can relate to this. He's just recently lost his father, my godfather. He was very special to me. The loss of a loved one is always something hard. It's one of the hardest things you ever have to deal with in your life. Certainly the hardest thing I've ever had to deal with in my life. Getting a bit sad. There he is there. Look at him. Whoop, zip, zip. There he is, right there. Big Pat. That's Big Pat. Losing him was the toughest thing in my life, especially being a boy, to lose his father. Right when not that I didn't need him when I was a teenager, but right when I was becoming an adult and becoming a man, my father was taken away from me, and I didn't deal with it very well at all. It took me, if I'm going to be honest with you guys, and I'm going to be honest with myself, I probably only started properly dealing with it maybe 2 years ago. For 17 years I didn't deal with it properly at all. I thought I did. I thought I dealt with it, but I clearly didn't. I let it affect my whole life. Everything bad that happened in my life, I blamed the death of my father, and I put too much. That's too much pressure to be put on him. That was my burden, not his. He had to leave. He had to go to the next part of his journey in this universe, this realm. But yeah, it took me a long time to. I was very angry at him too, and very angry at the world and angry at God. I took myself away. Anyone in my family knows how spiritual and how into, in lack of a better term, how into God my family is, and how religious, that's the word, how religious my family is. I was one of those kids that used to go to church every Sunday with Dad. Every week we were there, and sometimes I didn't like it, and mum will say I didn't like it every week, but I still went, and I paid my respects, and I learnt everything about God and Jesus and all that sort of stuff, and and then when Dad passed away, I didn't like God very much, and I thought, why my dad? There's that self-loathing, that self-pity. Why my dad? Why did it have to be mine? Why couldn't you take someone else's dad? Which is very selfish of me. What I went through, I wouldn't wish upon anybody. And if you have lost a family member, or especially a father figure, if you are a man, if you are a boy, it's very tough to lose your father. Thank God I still got my mother. But back then, it sort of brought me and my mum closer together. It was we were more mates than mum and son. It brought us, it was always mum and son relationship, but it brought us very close. But it sort of led me down a pretty bad path when he died. I made some very wrong decisions, and I was very self-loathing and very, like I was talking about earlier tonight, I was very down on myself and blamed, just put myself into a hole. And I lost many jobs through that time, lost a lot of respect from a lot of people, and more importantly, I lost my own respect, and dealing with that was very hard. Coming back from that was very tough. It's taken a long time for me to be able to really talk about this properly. As I say, about 3 or 4 years ago, there's no way I'd be able to talk about this on a video that's going out to, however many people are watching this. It was very tough. But I look back at it now, and it's made me a stronger person, learning how to deal with the loss, and it doesn't have to just be the loss, someone passed away. It can be a breakup. It could be any kind of loss, loss of a dog, loss of a person, loss of a cat, loss of a bird, loss of anything. Grief takes on many forms, and every single one of them sucks. Let's be honest. Grief sucks. It's hard to deal with. But it's one of those life lessons that we all have to go through, and it's one of those things that it takes a while. Some people can deal with grief quicker than others and deal with it in different ways than others. Whichever way you can deal with it, all the power to you. Damien wanted me to actually speak about how I deal with grief, and to be honest, I don't really know how I did it. I did it with the love of a lot of people and the help of a lot of people, but it took a lot of soul searching for me to look deep down inside me and to find out. And it made me appreciate me more. It made me find out who I really am and what I'm really made of, because it did make me, in the early years of him leaving, I did give up very easily in life. Things got any sort of tough, I just gave up. It's just easier to give up than have to fight, because I was already down anyway, and I felt like I didn't have the fight in me to keep going. So I gave up, and I missed out on a lot of opportunities especially in the first 10 years of him leaving. I missed out on a lot of good things that I could have had in life. But again, looking back on it now, it's led me to this path where I am today. I don't regret it to a point. I do wish that I could have maybe treated people a lot better than I did, that were trying to help me back then, and that I just ignored and thought, what the hell do you know? But it's grief is a very loss, really, is a very hard thing to come to terms with, and it's a very hard thing to deal with. But you learn from things like that. Mistakes are one thing to learn from, but to lose someone you love very much and that helps shape you into the person you are, and to lose them is probably one of the hardest things you will ever have to do in life, and I wish it upon nobody. But unfortunately, it will happen to a lot of people out there. And I just tell you that all you can do is just keep looking forward and keep moving and live in their honour. That's what I've tried to do in the past. I tried to do that the whole time, but to no great avail in the first early years. I was sort of making a mincemeat pie out of my life, and just everything that went wrong, I blamed him and got angry at him for leaving. Why did you leave? Because I still remember one day my sisters used to do dancing at Winston Hills down there in Sydney, and it was at a church, Winston, right on the crest there at Winston Hills. All you Westies out there know what I'm talking about. It's probably not there anymore. Damo, you're here, champ. Awesome. I'm just in time, dude. Anyway, getting back to the story. I'll get back to that in a minute, man. My sisters used to do dancing, and I've said that. This is hard to talk about. Anyway, so one of my sisters were in the church, in the little hall dancing in there. Dad and I had about an hour and a half to kill, something like that. So, and there was a nice, because we were on a crest of a hill that overlooked basically, all of the west, almost, not all of the west, but, Toongabbie, Northmead, West Winston Hills, Seven Hills, and it was a massive. You could see for kilometres. It was awesome, and there was this beautiful chair. I still remember it. There was this, just this chair for 2 or 3 people to sit on, and this beautiful big sort of, I don't know, I want to say oak tree, but it probably wasn't an oak tree. It was just probably like a really, really old tree that had lots of shade. And I still remember sitting on there with him, and I was only about, I don't know, maybe 10, 11 at most, maybe 12. I can't remember. It was a long time ago. And we were sitting on this chair, and we looked out over the lookout, and it was awesome, and it just got us talking, or Dad was talking to me. And I remember looking at him and said, Are you going to live forever, Dad? You're never going to die, are you? And he looked at me and he said, Mate, I'll be here forever. I'll promise you I'll never leave you. I promise you I'll never leave you. So that has stuck with me since I was, 10, 11. I've never forgotten it. Still remember, what I was wearing and what he was wearing and where we parked and all that sort of shit, because it was very important to me that day. But yeah, when he died, that stuck with me very much. And for a long time, I was angry at him because of that. I used to say to him in my brain, you promised me you'd never leave, and here you are, you're gone. Just when I really, and again, it was one of those things that I took it, like I said a few weeks ago, I took him being around in my teenage years for granted, when I really should have, if I'd known, and in hindsight, if I'd known that I was only going to have him for another few years, I really would have built that relationship with him, and really loved him. And I mean, not that I didn't love him, of course I loved him, but I would have spent a lot more time with him, and I would have not taken him for granted, that he would have still been there forever. I mean, in a perfect world, he'd still be here now, but in looking back, if he was still here, I more than likely wouldn't have met my wife, because I met my wife previously to him passing away, but we actually got together after his funeral. Anyway, that's another story for another time. I'm too emotional to talk about that. But yeah, his death brought my wife and I together. So without him passing away, I wouldn't have Michelle, I wouldn't have my kids, I wouldn't have this beautiful house, I wouldn't live on the Central Coast. God knows where I'd be. If he was still alive, I probably would still be a little shit, and just not, I wouldn't have appreciated anything. So, there's always that silver lining. You got to look for it anyway. That's not something with grief, that you've got to, when losing something, you've got to try and find, as I keep saying, there's always good in bad. Always. As bad as something's can be, there's always something positive that will come out of it. It just took me a long time to find that out. And Simon, I know you've only just recently lost your dad last year. You're a lot older than what I was, so I'm hoping that you're dealing with it okay, mate. You know that I'm here for you if you want to talk. Um, and anyone out there that's dealing with grief, if you just reach out and speak, talk. If you don't, again, it's like the depression and it's like the anxiety. Don't hold on to it, because grief can fester itself in your brain as well and in your heart and make you angry and turn you into a person that you don't want to be. We need to learn to let go of that feeling of why me, why did it happen to me. It's selfish, to be honest. It is. I find it, for me, all those years, looking back on it now, I was very selfish. Um, you know, I can't explain any more. I hope that doesn't sound too harsh. That's just my personal opinion. I felt like I was being very selfish for holding on to the anger. And why me? Why me? Why not me? Why? It could have been anybody, but it was us. It was my dad who had to pass away, and that's just the way it was. I wouldn't. I didn't. I don't want to wish it on anybody, but it was a lesson for me and my family to learn, to go through. Um, and I truly believe that it's made us stronger. It's bonded us together. I know that my mother still struggles with the loss. I mean, it's one thing for me to lose my dad, but she lost her husband, and that's just I can't imagine from her side of it. But I'm just talking about my side and how I deal with it. And as I say, it took me 17 years to really get my head around and accept the fact that he left and he's gone to a better place now. And with my spirituality and the way in my new philosophies on life, he's still here. I really believe that he's. I mean, you can see he's right there, but not only just the picture. And I take him with me. He doesn't belong in this room. This room is my wife's office. Um, and he goes everywhere with me. I move him around the house everywhere. I don't want to fix him on the wall in one spot. I like to move him around everywhere with me, so I feel like he's with me all the time. That might sound weird to other people, but it's a coping mechanism for me, and I know it is for Damien. Damien's actually, my friend Damien, it's his father's anniversary this week. It was actually on Wednesday. Damien's father passed away 6 years ago. And I know that he's struggling with it this week, and it's always around the anniversaries that we struggle the most. So Damien, I love you, brother. I hope you're doing okay. I know it's tough, dude, but this feeling will pass, and it doesn't pass. I don't want to say that because that takes away from who they are. And I miss my dad every day, man. I'm sorry to say it to you and Simon and anyone else. It's been 19 years. And I still miss him every single day. But you don't forget. You learn to live with the loss, and you learn to live life a different way. As I say, with my spirituality, I'm very lucky. I still feel my dad's presence around me a lot. I speak to him a lot, and I don't want you thinking I'm crazy, but he speaks back to me, and we have conversations. It took me a long time to get to that point, but that's another conversation for another time, which I really do want to talk about, but not tonight. But yeah, so dealing with grief is not easy. It's different for everybody. All I can say to you is just hang in there. I really, I know you're waiting for me to say something really incisive, Damien, but it's hard, dude. It's a hard slog, brother, and it does get easier, somewhat. You just learn. There's no point me sitting around feeling like I was for the first 10 years because that got me nowhere. I was just digging my own hole and getting deeper and deeper, and I was losing opportunities in life, and life was passing me by because of my grief, because I was stuck in my own head with the loss of my father. But I learnt somehow, I don't know how I did it, it just happened. Okay, maybe it was with the passing of time. It did. I hate saying this, man, but it got a little easier. You know what I mean? Only because it's been so long now, and this year was a big year for me, 19 years, because he's been gone for the same amount of time as I had him. So it's sort of almost become, I hate saying this, but it's almost become normal, him not being here. He's missed a lot. He missed my wedding. He missed the birth of both of my children. He missed me buying my first house. He's missed so many firsts. He missed my 21st. He missed my 30th. He's going to miss my 40th and my 50th. But he never even made it to 50 either. So hopefully I do. I can get one up on him. That's a pretty morbid thing to say. But anyway, it's how you deal with it. And you deal with it in different ways. Some people deal with it in humorous ways, and that's all the power to you. But however you can deal with it that way. Just don't let it consume you, is what I can say, because the loved one who has passed. The last thing that they want would be to look down and see you giving up on life. So that's what I've basically tried to do. I've tried to turn my life around and make my father so proud of me, as proud as he possibly can be. And I feel as though I'm achieving that now, slowly, but I am starting to make him extremely proud of the person I'm becoming. And I suppose that's what's helping me with my grief. By living my life to its fullest, living my life the way he would want me to live it, and not sit there and grieve for his loss, because living in grief is not living. It's just not. It's again, it's unfortunately lived experience. Talk from experience. It's not. It's really not living when you're sitting there dwelling on the past and thinking, why is he gone? Why did he have to leave? My life's over because his life's over, and that's not true. I'm still here. I have a job to do here on this earth. And as I say, the silver lining with my father passing away brought my family together even more so, and it brought me my life. It brought me my wife. It brought me my children. It brought me everything that's good since he's passed away. And I have to hold on to that. So, as I say, Damo, I love you, mate. I hope that sort of helps a little bit. And Simon, I hope that helps you. I hope anyone else who's listening who's had grief, that helps somewhat. I know this is from where we were 20 minutes ago to where we are now is very somber. But we needed to talk about that sort of stuff. That was one of the things on my list here that I wanted to talk about. So grief, it's a mofo, but we can, it gets easier to deal with every day if we just look for those silver linings and take those little wins every day. I still believe he's here with me every day. He stands either right by my side or right behind me every single day. Oh, mum, sad faces. No, I'm good. I'm good. As I say, I've learned to deal with it now, and I accept it. I've finally accepted it with the help of my friend Cecile, who is a psychic medium and a bloody good one. She's really helped me figure out who I am and what I have to offer this world, hence why I'm doing this. This is just the start of what I want to do with my life. So, wherever life takes me from here, he's with me. He's doing it. he's guiding me. I truly believe he's one of my guides in life, and I feel as though this helps me. He can guide me better from there than he could from here. So that's what I'm holding on to. So yeah, and same with your dad, Damo, and Simon. You got to have, both of you got to have your dads a lot longer than I did, and that's, again, that might sound harsh coming from what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm saying, but and if you haven't lost anyone yet, just appreciate who you have, and if you have lost somebody, appreciate who you still got. So, Mum, I love you very much. I appreciate everything that you do and everything that you've ever done for me and everything that you will ever do for me. And yeah, the rest of you, just please appreciate everything, everyone in your life, because they can be taken away like that. So there's no point dwelling on it after it's happened. You should just appreciate them while they're here, is what I'm getting at. So, fuck. All right. I hope you like that one, Damo. Yeah, anyway. All right. Let's quickly get back to this because we've already been an hour and 50 minutes, so I'm going to quickly just wrap this up. Bloody Wooden Spoon team, Anne-Marie, yeah, best team ever. Stella was great. Anne-Marie says, yes, it is tough, and I know you, sweetheart, you've lost as well. You're another one. Sorry, I didn't mention you. You are another one who's lost your father, and it's very uncanny that our fathers look very similar. Very uncanny. But yeah, sweetheart, it's, we've had this conversation many times, you and me. It is tough, but, you deal with it. You just get through it, okay? And you get through it with other people's love and other people's help. That's how we get through it, okay? It's another thing that we don't be a hog. Don't hold it in. The more you hold it in, the more overthinking happens, and the worse, it's not good for your physical health, another thing, when he died, when my dad died, a coping mechanism for me was to drink and drink hard. And I drank so much to deal with the pain that I actually ended up giving myself an ulcer, which I probably still have today. But yeah, that was a coping mechanism, and I did other stupid things as well, turned to drugs and all that other sort of stuff, just to mask the pain. And that's all I did, was mask the pain. Didn't take it away, just masked it and probably enhanced it, to be honest. So please don't turn to drinking or drugs to think that that'll take the pain away, because it might take the pain away for 5-10 minutes, maybe even a night if you're lucky. But as I say, I for 3 months, I was drunk for 3 months non-stop, and that's not healthy for my mind or my body. So it's no way to deal with it. So yeah, don't be like me. But again, it got me to where I am today. So no regrets. Do regret some things, but not everything, because going through all of that wouldn't have made me into the person I am today. So yeah. My mum says death changes everything. Yeah, it does, and it did. It changed our life, didn't it? Big time. It changed everything overnight, basically. Even though the process dragged out it didn't drag out. It was 6 months, 4 days to the day we were told that he had cancer, to the day he died. It was 6 months and 4 days. Boom, bang. And those 6 months went quick, boy, I'll tell you. And it did change our life forever. Craig, hey Craig, thanks for joining, mate. Thanks for joining the page tonight. Really appreciate it, mate, being here. He's a great man back there. He is a great man. He is who I am today, because of him. So, yep, all the praise that you guys are giving me for doing this, praise him. Anne-Marie says it's been 18 years since her dad passed away as well, and I still don't feel like I'm dealing with it well. Well, again, sweetheart, and that's okay. Don't beat yourself up on it, all right? Because it's not supposed to be an easy thing. I still have my days where I sit there and I'm just bawl my eyes out. But I think it's healthy. I think that is healthy to have those emotional days. Damo, I know you probably don't want me saying this, but it's all good, man. You've had a day like that on Wednesday, maybe a couple of days since then as well, and that's all good, man. That's how you deal with it. Get it out. Get that shit out of you. That pressure, release that pressure valve. Yeah. So that's how we deal with it, by letting it out. All right. So yeah, Anne-Marie, again, mate, if you ever want to talk, if we ever want to continue that talk, call me. We can talk about it, all right? Because I know how you go. I know how you're dealing, mate. She says, the death of my father turned me away from God and religion. Yeah, and again, that's what it did to me for a little while there. I was really angry at God for a long time, but eventually it turned me, I found my way back on my path. And ever since then, my life has been so much better because I've trusted in God that His decision, why He chose to take my father, it was His decision and it was in His will and it had to be done. So there's no point sort of sitting back, fighting that, because it is what it is. And another thing that gets me through this grief is knowing through my faith and my spirituality is I will see him again one day, and I really look forward to that. But until then, I've got a lot to do, a hell of a lot to do. So I don't want it too early. I don't want to see him too quick because I've got a lot of work to do before I get to that. But I know that I will see him again one day. So I look forward. It's another thing for me to look forward to. Like I've been telling the last few weeks, everyone's got to have something to look forward to. That'll be for me. I've got to earn that right first. I've got to do a lot of things before I get to earn that right to see him again. So, because I know where he is in a very special place. He was the most special man I've ever known in my life. And I know he's in a very special place. And for me to get to where he is, I need to do a lot of work, a lot of hard work. So, and I'm prepared to do that. So, if it means I get to see him again, you bet your ass I'm going to do it. I think your dad would be very proud, man, of who you are today. Thank you, Anne-Marie. I really hope so. I really, that's why I do what I do, is to make him happy and to make those around me happy as well, and to make myself happy. I've been that asshole. I've been an asshole. Didn't like it. Sucked. I like who I am now. I much prefer the person I am now. So, yeah, thank you for that. When Dad died, I got angry and pushed a lot of people away and did some stupid, dangerous crap. Yeah, well, drank heavily for 3 months, non-stop, 24 hours a day. Don't think I slept. Did a lot of drugs. Really stuffed my body up and stuffed my mind up. Did no favours for my mental health. But, I got myself out of it. So everyone can. Everyone can get themselves out of any funk that they put themselves in. You have the power to get yourself out. Okay, so take me for an example. If you don't know anybody else, take me. I was down and out, mate, and I got not that I'm anywhere special now, but I'm a different person than I was back then. Completely different. Because I took control back of my life. My life was in the control of someone else, and I took it back, and now my life is awesome. So, yep, you can do it, mate. You can do it. We used to go up there when you were little a lot. We told you it was fairy. Yes, yeah, you remember that place, Mum? Yeah, we're up on the top of that hill. Yeah, we did go up there a lot, eh? It was awesome. That was our special place, and I still remember having that conversation with him. It hurt very much to talk about that then, but I got it out. I'm glad I did. Oh, Stephen Payne's call. Hang on, let's try and see if we can do this. Maybe this might be a go. Steve-O! How you going, mate?
The 10, man. How are you?
Good, bud. You're live, mate. You're live on the video right now.
Oh,
How you doing, brother?
Good, how are you?
Good, mate. Good. Listen, can you give me 10 minutes? I'll just finish this up and I'll call you back.
Copy that.
Sweet as, brother. Say goodbye, mate.
Talk soon. Who am I talking to?
Talking to everyone, mate.
Hello, people. Love you all.
Awesome. See you, brother. Speak to you soon.
See you, mate.
See you, bud. Steve, Steve, that's awesome, mate. So that's put a smile back on my face. I haven't spoken to him for a little bit. So let's get back to this quickly and I'll wrap this up. Simon says, thanks, cuz. No worries, mate. Thank you. You know, remember, I'm your cousin. I love you and I'm always here for you, okay? Whenever you need me, reach out. Mum, I know you still miss him every day. You learn to keep moving forward. And the whole, that's it. You just got to keep moving forward. There's no point looking back because there's nothing back there, okay? There's good memories back there, but that's all they are, is memories. We just got to keep moving forward and making new ones, okay? So, and you know he's with us. You know he's with us, Mum. You know he's with us every day, okay? Anne-Marie talks to her father and grandparents almost every day. They are with me, yeah, good, and especially on footy days, yeah. Well, I can hear my dad in my head every football day screaming, settle down, mate. I know they're not doing that. I know they should have done this. I know that. Shut up. But yeah, no, it's they're with us. They are, and I truly believe that they are with us all the time. They really are. They may leave the physical realm, but they are still here in the spiritual world, and they're always with us, always guiding us, helping us through things, and they're that little voice, that beautiful voice that we hear. That's them. Pete, it hasn't been easy for everyone, mate. Thank you for being such a good friend of my mum. I really appreciate that, buddy. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Emery says it's like walking around missing a limb. It's gone, but you learn to adapt with it. Well, that's it. That's perfect. All right? It is exactly like that. It's like you've lost your arm or you've lost your leg or something, and you learn to live without that. You still remember it, and you still may have that phantom pain. You still might feel it there, but you learn to live without it. And that's just, it might sound harsh to some people, but that's the way it is. You learn to live without it. So thanks to Anne-Marie for sharing everything you've shared tonight. I really appreciate that. And I know it must be hard for you to share that as well. So thank you very much for sharing. And everyone who shared, Mum, thank you for sharing. I know it's hard, difficult, but it's all this sort of helping other people. I hope you all, you're not just waiting for me to read this stuff. I hope you are all going ahead and reading it yourselves and getting something out of what everyone's saying, because that's the point of this video. We're all helping each other. This is a big one, man. Over 2 hours. I'm going to have to wrap this up in a minute. Kevin Manici says, I can imagine the massive smile he's got on his face right now, mate. So proud. Oh, but look, I hope so. I really do, because everything I do, I'm just trying to make him proud of me. And, and I'm pretty sure he does have a smile on his face, dude, because he can see that I'm, out here helping other people and helping myself. And I think he's most proud that I've helped myself. That's what I think he'd be most proud about, that I've actually got myself out of that funk that I was in, even while he was alive. And to see where I was then and to see where I am now, I'm sure he's got a smile on his face, and I hope he does. So thanks, brother, for sharing that. Love that. Mum with the sad faces. Don't be sad, Mum. It's all good. Anne-Marie, thanks for sharing, Ryan. No worries. Anytime, that's why we're here. It's how we learn, by sharing our experiences with each other. And hopefully what I've shared with you guys tonight is, if it does happen to you, you can take something away from that, and, whatever worked for me might work for you. And if it doesn't, you find your own path. You know what I mean? That's why we're all here on this journey, is to take our own path and to learn from our own things. So, yeah, just go with that, guys, and find your own path. And that's what life's about. It's not about following what everyone else is doing. It's about you. Your journey is about you. It's not about anyone else. It's about how you deal with things and how you make decisions, and it's all about you and how you choose to live your life. So I chose a very bad way back when I was a teenager, And when Dad died, I chose an even worse path. But, again, I wouldn't change it because I wouldn't be where I am today if I didn't go through those hard times. So, again, silver lining. And that movie, what's it called? Andy Dufresne, crawl through the shit to get to the good stuff, right? And that's what I did, and I lived it. So, yeah. Pete's got to go. Yeah, I'm going to go in a minute too, bud. So thanks for joining me again, buddy. Really appreciate it. Hope you can join next week. Remember, I'll just quickly say it before I finish up here. Next week, Instagram. We're going to go on Instagram. So if you can just download the Instagram app and follow me on Instagram, Ryan Tanti or Ryan_Tanti81. Follow me on Instagram because we're going to be doing this show next week live on Instagram so that we can have other people chime in and talk and stuff. So yeah, don't look for me here next week. I'm going to be over on Instagram. So, and I'll be posting posts during the week for all about that as well. So yeah, don't forget Instagram. Join up. Sorry you missed tonight. Damo, don't be sorry, mate. It's Facebook Live. You can watch it back. You got 2 hours and 6 minutes to watch back now, and you better, because a lot of it was for you tonight, champion. So yeah, watch it. Kevin, you should be auntie. Yeah, Kevin, thank you so much for loving my mum so much, mate. I appreciate it. And your auntie, really appreciate all the love these have all shown me tonight. All right, so we'll wrap it up there, guys. Thanks so much for everything, for tuning in for the past 4 weeks. I've really, again, it's really humbled me, and I really hope that you're all getting something out of these videos, whether it be a laugh or some knowledge or some wisdom or whatever. I really appreciate it. And again, once again, thanks. As I said, I've had this page now going for a week. And we cracked the 100 mark today, the 100 followers today. So big thumbs up to all of you that are following this. Really appreciate it. Let's try and grow it even more. Let's try and get to 200 in the next couple of weeks. So again, feel free to share this page with anyone, any of your friends. Share it on your page and share it to all your friends. And let's try and build this page, and let's try and build our little village here and our little community up and make it bigger and bigger so we can reach a bigger and bigger audience, and we can just try and help as many people as we possibly can. I'll speak to you tomorrow, Damo, no problem, mate. All right, guys, well, yeah, I'll wrap it up here. So thanks very much again. Really appreciate everything that you are doing. You're giving me confidence in myself, and I love it, and I hope that I'm giving you some sort of confidence. So yeah, we'll end it the way we end it every week. Remember, hang on, last cheers. And remember, it can't rain all the time. Ciao.